Okay, I saw Teeth at Playwrights Horizon, and I saw this back in March, I believe. They don't have a song list, that's right. But very nice program, very nice pages. But this show was a wild ride. Michael O. Jackson has knocked it out of the park for the most part with this show. I thought that the direction was very strong. I thought the acting was very over the top and campy, and the whole show was supposed to be this campy Little Shop of Horrors, but more adult-esque type show, so that's what I was expecting going in, and I got exactly what I wanted. It is very, very funny. Like, there was some very funny jokes, lots of very crude adult jokes, very, very, very explicit lyrics, but it's all very smart, it's very clever, it's very witty, it's very catchy. And I do think it's Michael O. Jackson's most accessible score to date. And I think it is very, adult, but somehow it's still his most accessible. And I think that's because, it is based off of a film, which is about a woman who has teeth in her vagina. So obviously people can be like, whoa, like, okay. But they go along for it. And I thought it was, not super gory. It was kind of campy gory. I thought... Courtney Bass, Will Connolly as Brad, and who was it? Stephen Pasquale as the pastor were two big highlights for me. They had very compelling characters, and I'm always super fascinated with religion and how it dominates people's lives and how it can affect them, and they really explore that in a very cool, nuanced way. There's a very dark sequence where Stephen Pasquale, the father, beats his son, and I was like, wow, that's intense. And they've made it so that his son is kind of like interested in like the whole Matrix style, like Andrew Tate side of the internet. And I thought that was done really effectively and brought the show into current day. I thought our leads were impeccable and amazing. I forget who the lead of the show was. I think it was it Courtney Bassett? Or was it Phoenix? I think it was Courtney Bassett. And she was awesome. Her singing, especially the last song, was like, whoa. And and at the end of the show, they have like fire, and the whole set comes apart. And I was like, whoa, like this thing got production value, because it's a pretty basic set up until the end of the show when it goes bonkers crazy. Modest is Hottest was a great number. I forget kind of the other numbers and what their names were, but they were all just really solid songs. So this was gonna go for a 10 out of 10. This was like another Michael O. Jackson hit. Go and see it. You know the drill. But then we get to the ending, and I do not like the ending. Spoilers. At the end, Dawn... it's Dawn. Oh, Alice... Okay, it's Elise. Elise is the lead. But so Dawn basically becomes the god of vengeance or whatever, and starts just killing guys on purpose instead of doing it accidentally, because she has sex with her gay boyfriend, and her gay boyfriend videos them, and this makes her get angry, and then she kills him, and then the whole girl keepers go on a rampant violent rage, and then her and Brad face off. He dies, then she addresses the audience and implicates them, and then the show kind of ends. And I felt like the ending was very rushed. I just felt like it came out of nowhere, like it just ended, and we got to the conclusion very quickly. I felt like Dawn's descent into being a full-blown, like, god-killing, vagina thing was very undercooked. I mean, she literally just, like, had this one thing happen, and I mean, I do get it. It would make someone upset, but, like, Dawn the person, and Jesse Green said this in his review, and I know Michael O. Jackson did not like his review on it, and I don't agree with a lot of what any of the critics who criticized this show say, because I was like, this is going amazing. Why would anyone say this is bad? But I feel like the character gets sacrificed at the expense of getting to this crazy final number. And actually, in the movie, Dawn's mother is alive, and then I think Dawn's mother dies, and that's what sets you off down this ugly path. Much clearer and better motivation. I can see why they killed off the mom in this show. They redid the plot, but I wish they did something like that where there was a real effective thing that we as the audience could understand, and we could see Dawn going down that descent and becoming this next person. And so I felt like that was very rushed, and I didn't like that. I also felt like the message of what they were trying to show was kind of muddled. I thought it wasn't very clear. And the way they implicated the audience by saying, I forget exactly what they said, but they addressed the audience, and I just felt like it was very preachy and pandering, and it worked for White Girl in Danger, but it didn't work for Teeth. I just felt like it just was tonally not even, and it just felt like it was just explaining itself and not doing a very good job and kind of just becoming a cliche. And yeah, that ending really ruined this show for me. You know, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10, but if the ending was the same as the rest of the show, I'd be getting a 10 out of 10. Now, again, I think the whole point of the show is, you know, that whoever is the head of the society of genders, the patriarchy or the matriarchy, they can both abuse their power and, you know, become the very thing that they hate, which is something that Michael O. Jackson and the director have explained about, but I just feel like it wasn't conveyed strong enough in this show, in implicating both female and male, both genders in this kind of purity culture and needing kind of understanding the female rage, but also how that female rage, in terms of killing guys, is not also justifiable. Also, in the original movie, Dawn gets the R word by her boyfriend, as opposed to in this where it's more consensual, and that makes her teeth kill the guy. And I feel like this show, you know, didn't do, I think, like it did a good job of antagonizing the males, but I feel like it didn't do a good enough job about us, like, rooting for Dawn, because we're like, oh my god, no, like, she just killed this guy and it's super funny, when it should be like, yeah, like, you killed him. And then at the very end of the show, it's like, oh my god, no, like, we're not cheering for this, you've gone overboard, you've gone crazy. So overall, I felt like the ending just didn't hit for me. I still love the show. I still recommend it. It is a brilliant piece of theater. It is so funny, and it's just a good time. It's just a good show. You're gonna go, and afterwards, you're gonna get up and be like, that was a good show. I want to listen to the album, and it was deeper and more profound than it should have even been. And it is. So that's my review of Teeth. A good show, but a very weak ending. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.